Okay, hello. This is Srinivasan, a fine art photographer, a distance skater, and a small time freelance skater who does cross training with bicycling. Okay, so this cross training is for my distance skating. Okay, so bicycling, I see this as wherein an recreational activity wherein when I do distance skating all the time, I want some changeover, you know, to do some different activity. And also I see that I learn something from bicycling, and if I could apply that to my distance skating, that's going to be helpful. So yep, that's my story as of 28 Jan 2023. Okay, it's 10:15 a.m. here. Okay, and before getting into this video, let me begin this with the beginning of my story. Okay, so let me allow me for a couple of seconds just to put my lock screen to never. Okay, so now let me connect my mobile to the computer. Okay, I wouldn't require quite a lot of things for this. Okay, so all I have to do is yep, you'll see the same wallpaper on my mobile phone as well. So the story began by me posting a questionnaire to the GCN app. If you are not aware, GCN is the Global Cycling Network. They have quite a lot of videos on YouTube, as in like GCN Tech, GCN Cycling, GCN Racing, and they have few channels for covering gravel bikes and everything. They are a huge network from United Kingdom. They're very large content covering every single millimeter or micrometer of bicycling. They have it all covered, including pro tools and everything. Okay, so they are the gigantic YouTube channel content creators for focused entirely on bicycling, most of the streams of bicycling. Okay, excellent channel, excellent app. I'm learning so much from those people. I'm yet to remember a lot of people from those YouTube presenters. I could recollect only two right now, Oliver and Menon. And I suggest you to go and check out their channel. They have a dedicated mobile phone app called GCN, Global Cycling Network. And it's more like a social network for bicyclists. I wish we have something for distance skating as well. As of now, Facebook groups and yeah, it's only Facebook group. We don't have anything on Twitter yet. Skate USA has an Twitter page, but I think we need a group on Twitter as well. So, but it's nice to have it on one platform where all the information is focused to one particular place, rather than being scattered on different social platforms. But GCN, it's like that because of this app. They have every uh, channel, they have every blogs that they post on their website. It's being channeled and being documented at one particular place, and their server, obviously this GCN app. Okay, so I happened to discover that recently when I started my bicycling thing. So I posted this doubt. Okay, I was thinking of building a dream bicycle, and I haven't figured out every spare parts that I would need to build at the dream bicycle. So what I have here is the doubt of building a carbon fiber bicycle for a person who is a big size rider like me. like who is really heavy. I just took a rough number, as in like the biggest number that I could figure out, with all the things that someone would carry, like their backpacks, their whatever, all the water, everything that they would carry. And I amounted the weight, including the radar, and I kind of nullified to a number called 285 pounds. I might be more than that or like less than that, I'm not sure. I haven't checked my weight in the recent past. But I was wondering if a carbon fiber build or a carbon fiber wheel is suitable for a big size rider. Okay, so I posted that doubt. Initial response were like three people favored the idea. Okay, that's what you're seeing here. So let's go and check a single response which I got for that doubt. Okay, so this is the thing. This is the very first of a kind of video which I'm trying to do, wherein like I try to convey uh, the questions that I had, and which I posted it on a group, and the kind of responses that I got from them, rather than me telling you like I've been the only guy with so much experience talking about things and stuff. It's kind of involving people here, but I'm not revealing the names or photographs yet. Okay, so this was the first response which I got. Minimum in 24 front and 28 rear. So I never thought of building a bicycle in this combination. Most of the bicycle which I had owned, it's of a stock build. As such, whatever that comes when you buy from the factory itself, I won't make any changes other than adding a bicycle bell or a bicycle light, or adding a carrier in the back, mud guards, as simple as that, changing the saddle. I wouldn't have customized much my bicycle, but this is an eye opener, wherein you could have different number of spokes for a front wheel and a rear wheel. So he is suggesting 24 spokes on the front and 28 spokes on the rear, and that was my question as well. So if I haven't given you the readout of the question, it's like let it reflect in my screen. Okay, suggested number of spokes for a big size rider who is over 285 pounds. Can you please suggest minimum number of spokes on a carbon fiber wheel for a big size rider over 285 pounds? Also a carbon fiber wheel too. Okay, so that was my question, and this was my response. Okay, so what we have here is minimum 24 in the front and 28 in the rear, but more lighter spokes are better than a few thick one. I would suggest a decent gravel carbon rim, which with 28 in the front and 32 rear aero comp spokes with 120 kg of tension on DT350 hubs. DT350 is the hub where you mount all your spokes and the rims too, and slap a 32 tubeless on it and you're good to go. Thank you, GCN app user, for giving me this suggestion. I'm not such experienced person. I'm a noob. I'm just transcending myself from noob to a beginner. So this is an eye opener. What I get is different number of spokes for front and the rear, and type of tension, and the type of hub that I need to use for those. Okay, and he's suggesting me tubeless tires. Okay, that's with the mobile app. We have nothing much to talk about that. Let's close that. We don't need it anymore. So, and what do I have here on the left is my screenshot taken from the Facebook group. Okay, so this is a private group. So I just want to show you the responses, but not the people who were giving out good suggestion for us to learn them. So this was absolutely an impromptu video, let me tell you that. And yesterday, just few minutes before going to sleep, I posted this on GCN, and I was too lazy to type all those things again. So I kind of took a screenshot from GCN app and just dropped it onto the Facebook group called Bicycle Repair Help Group. Okay, there are plenty of forums. Instead of having separate forums and website, we are forming most of them inside the existing social media network of Facebook here. So we have Bicycle Repair Help Group. I posted the same question here, and I've got few responses. That's what we are going to look in this episode. As per se, the first suggestion was from one gentleman, and he suggested me to go to the Facebook bicycle wheel building group. We'll get to that in a minute, but this is an eye opener for me. I never thought bicycle wheel building was an art. Actually, it is. They build customized wheels and rims and spokes. There are different types of spokes available, different types of hubs available for lighter weight bicyclists to heavier weight bicyclists. And what I learned is, in general, most of the bicycles that you're looking here right now is available in the market in terms of all the fancy very attractive bicycles. They are designed for racing, and those are designed for people who weigh exactly 180 pounds or less than 180 pounds. It's not designed for big size riders yet, but you can build customized bicycle wheels for the racing frame that you are imagining or getting attracted to. Okay, so that's what I learned. There is an article which will be which I'll show you, which came up on the suggestions from these wonderful people in this group. I'll leave those links on the description of this video. Okay, this is not meant to be posted immediately, but frequently in the future when I start posting my bicycling videos. Okay, so that was that. Let's go to the next slide, or focusing on the next response from the same group. The first suggestion, that is what we saw. Okay, so the gentleman suggested me to go to a Facebook bicycling wheel building group and ask the same question, so I might get some answers. So I did that. First, let's look at the responses from the Facebook group, which is called Bicycle Repair Help Group. Okay, so use bladed spokes, at least 32. You could do 36 spoke in the back, and these are often used for tandem, and do 2 cross or 3 cross lacing. Oh my god, this is very complicated and this is getting too technical. Use an aluminum rim with a V profile, and they are stronger. Get them retensioned after the first or 4-5 rides. Check regularly for tension, and at least once a year do some retensioning. Okay, this is pretty technical. Okay, so what is lacing? Lacing is the process wherein you have the hub here. So imagine my tablet is having some tough time doing a lot of multitasking here, so it's going to be a little slow or out of shape. So imagine this to be the hub where your wheels are mounted. So lacing is the process of aligning your spokes, okay, to the rim. Okay, so one spoke will be facing outward and one spoke will be facing inward. Okay, so and you have the entire rim. Forgive me for the shape. Okay, my tablet and the driver is a little awkward right now. So yeah, okay, so that is the process of lacing. And what else he has mentioned? The V profile rim, I think it's probably the cutout of the rim. Suppose the rim might be looking like this after the cutout, as in you imagine clincher tires going inside the rim. So if you cut the rim where you mount your tubeless or tube wheels, the tires and the tubes, so the cutout of the rim might look like this probably. So this would take quite a lot of strength, wherein your spoke and your hub will be here. Okay, so that's what he is trying to convey for us. Okay, So adjust the tension and all that. So there is a tool like this. You might have seen it in the bicycle shops. Okay, so a tool like this, it's not the perfect drawing, but people would be tightening the spokes with this tool, right? You remember? So they will put the circular thing near the wheel or near the rim, and they'll be rotating it, to tighten the spokes. So you remember that? So that process, that tool is probably he's talking with the retensioning. Okay, so retensioning as in like, you when you put your spokes from the hub to the rim, the in order to center your hub to the rim, that's when it will be circular. Otherwise your wheel will be wobbling, riding like this instead of rotating in a circular fashion. So if you tighten the spoke at one end, you have to lose the spoke on the opposite end. Okay, so this is in a process of lacing as well, and straightening your rim will be wobbling like this. So it's quite a lot of process, and it's very technical. And I do not know if I would make a video about lacing or changing rims and hubs, but okay, this is a process. So retensioning might involve all these things, as in like adjust the tighten or loosen your spokes. Okay, so let's not stick on to one commit for a long time. So what sort of riding are you doing? What rims are you considering? So that's quite a learning for me, because like I'm just getting back to bicycling after 10 years, so I did not have a complete idea. I was so much cluttered with information in my medulla oblongata. As in like I thought like I should. I was helpless and I had no idea what to do with this right now. So I immediately posted that idea into the help groups, right? So instead of taking time to look onto the information on the internet, that's what people do at most of the crisis scenarios. So that's what I never thought. As in like, there are different streams of bicycling, there are different streams of bicycle builds for every type of style people are riding. So that's an eye-opener question for me, as in like, what sort of riding you're trying to do, gravel riding or road bicycling, or you're going to do off-road cross-country riding or anything like that. That's an eye-opener for me. So remember that there are options for that too. Okay, so next response is from the gentleman. Well, 36 holes and 4 cross lacing would in theory be the strongest, but probably quite heavy. Okay, so he is suggesting 36 spokes. Okay, rim with 36 holes means like option 2 mount 36 spokes. Okay, four cross lacing, as in like you might lace your spokes closer together, as in like might be like this, something like this, I'm not sure, right? Yeah, 4 cross lacing, the groups will be like this on a rim. That's what I believe, so I'm not sure though. Okay, so something like that. So you have the information called 4 cross lacing, you Google about it. So it depends on what rims you are using, what you are using them for. So again, the same thing. So that's an eye-opener again. So you need to know your purpose of bicycling. Only then you could define what kind of bicycle build that you can build and what type of wheel that you can have. It's an eye-opener for me. So that's what I told in my photography channel, wherein like when you want to buy a new camera, you have to be aware of what genre of photography you're going to do. So suppose like if you're going to do some wedding photography, you need different types of camera gears, right? I've made a video about that. So even in bicycling, when you're or even in distance skating, in streams of skating, you have different types of skating. You have to decide like what type of skating you got to do. Only then you can buy your own skating board or skating wheels or shoes that you want to buy, the type of gears that you want to buy. So you need to be aware of what type of bicycling you want to do. So before you buy your gears, okay, rather than go buying some random bicycle from the shop. So he is suggesting DT Swiss 511, 511. It's the wheel type, okay. Hope hubs with 32 DD Swiss spokes and brass nipples. So nipple is something wherein you put your spoke and tighten it to your rim, okay. So rated for 130 kg or so 285 pounds. LBS is the unit of pound, okay. I'm sorry, I did not activate my brush, okay. LBS is the unit of pound, okay. A way to measure the weight of an object or something. So that's what he is referring. Kg is kilogram per se. So they're about not ridiculously heavy but a strong wheel set, okay. So he is suggesting DT Swiss 511. This is a carbon fiber build, okay. Many actually suggested aluminum wheels. We'll get there. So get a 48 spoke wheel, Phil Wood hub. Phil Wood is the manufacturer, of that hub. They are bulletproof. Bikes are designed for people who weigh around 180 pounds. Nice. Pounds is the metric system followed in United States of America, so they often measure things in pounds rather than in kilograms, okay. So we follow the British metric system. So I'm pretty close to your vital stats. I have been using Factory Ultegra, I think it's all Shimano. Shimano is the manufacturer. Wheels from some time now without issue. I have had some spare spokes, two for each wheel for a while now, gathering dust. I am about to try a pair of C36, so we will see how carbon fares with my lard R sat on them. If you're going to get some hoops made up, then go for 36 spokes. That's his suggestion, 36 spokes. Okay. So that's complete Britain, writing. The strongest wheels are made with deep sections carbon. Deep as in the rims. Rims are circular, right? So when you cut the rim at one particular point and look how the cut is going to look like, the cross section would be like, as when the rims are like as deep like this, between the spoke, distance between the spoke and the wheel actual tire is mounted. Few rims are like hookless, which are very flat and it's not that deep, and few are as deep as very thin. Why my pen is so narrow writing? Okay, it's okay now. So it's as thin as like this, hookless rims. So clincher rims, hooked rims or clincher rims might be deeper. So he's suggesting a clincher rim with a deep section, as in like it's the rim has a very big mounting point. That's what he's suggesting here. Okay, as 60 mm, that's the deep depth he is suggesting. Okay, so has huge amount of inherent stiffness. This spreads the load around to the spokes better, leading to better spoke life. Look for around 28 to 28 spokes. Alternatively, if your frame will support a wider tire, a 50 deep gravel wheel or even a mountain bike wheel can provide a huge amount of strength. DH rated mountain bike wheels are some of the strongest. Also look for e-bike rated parts. These are built much stronger. That's awesome, actually, because I haven't specified my type of bicycling, wherein like road bicycling or gravel or mountain biking, I did not mention that. So he has suggested the specifications for a mountain bike. Okay, so the next suggestion comes from another gentleman. Personally, I would recommend a Zero or a Infinite. A disc wheel has the most strength, like my commuting bike. So the bike that you're looking at this picture is a TT bike or a time trial bike. Time trial bikes have this disc built over your spokes or in the wheel, or like probably the disc is itself the spoke. These are made out of carbon fiber material, and over which you mount your tires. Okay, so he's suggesting these are pretty strong too. Actually, I kind of had the thought of building a time trial bike myself. Over a triathlon bicycle frame. Okay, triathlon bicycle is mostly the kind of frame that I'm looking for. So for a big size rider like me, having a noseless saddle and all that. So time trial wheel wouldn't hurt actually. That's a great suggestion. It's more aerodynamic. Lets you ride faster. So let's get to the next suggestion. How do I get to next suggestion? On preview, I have closed the sidebars. Okay. Okay. Total 7 pages. Why isn't moving this? Why isn't moving to next page? My arrow is not working. Oh yeah, I have to scroll. My bad. One. Where were we? 1 done, 2 done, 3. Yeah, 3. Command 0. Yep, that is the shortcut to zoom to the actual size of the screenshot. I tilted my monitor to vertical display and took all the screenshots, and now recording the video in a horizontal format. Okay, so let's get to the top of the page. So after that suggestion comes, I'm pretty close to your vital stats. Have been using factory algebra. We saw that. We saw till here. Okay, the time trial bikes. Okay, next comes, I'm much heavier than that, and currently I have 32 spoke count on the back and 30 on the front, using 32 tires. So he's using a 32 tire. Summer bike has 32 front and rear, using 25 tires. These are common to find in aluminum wheels. So his suggestion is an aluminum rim instead of using a carbon fiber rim, though my question was intended for carbon fibers. And he uses 30 spokes in the front and 32 spokes in the rear. That's nice, thank you. It depends on what you want to do with the wheels. 32 spokes, 3 cross is enough for most bigger riders and luggage. And even tandems are the bicycle with 2 riders riding a bicycle. It's a very big bicycle, long bicycle. So even tandems are okay with 32-36 setup for a light riding. I built a 36-40 set for my touring tandem with an all up weight of around 350 lbs. Okay, so this is pretty technical, but he's giving very good suggestion. 32-36 combination, 32 as in front, 36 for the back, and we are talking about spokes. Okay, nice. 36 spokes, aluminum double chamber rim, in Croxiata info. Okay, I don't understand much, but okay, you get the idea. You got the terminology. Google yourself. Okay. So I'm presenting the responses which I got from my post. I'm not sharing anything from other people. Okay. So okay, this link I'll probably try to give it in the description, or probably it's just on website.com website, so you can go and look at for yourself. peterwhitecycles.com. So he's a wheel builder. Okay, he build wheels for racing people and for also a commoner like you and me. Okay, so who does bicycling for fun, who does bicycling as a cross training activity, or like bicycling as in like you go to a store and buy some groceries for home bikes. And the next suggestion came from electric bicycle, a fat bike tire, rims, carbon fiber. So oftentimes people kind of felt carbon fiber is a little light for big size riders, but few do feel like carbon fiber is strong enough for big size riders, and they gave their suggestions. Okay, moving on to next slide. Okay, what? Okay, I have to scroll forward. Sometimes I forget. Okay, we are into the next bicycling group. We have a bicycle wheel building group here from Facebook. We moved on to this thing, and the previous post had about 36 comments or so. So let's get to this groups and their suggestions. Okay, bicycle wheel building group. Okay, so from this kind of suggestions, or like from this kind of video, what I'm trying to tell people here is like you can build your own bicycle, and it can be uh, specific, catering to your needs. I sometimes feel like future of consumerism, if we are still going to stay in monetary world, wherein like monetary system, wherein like you exchange a piece of paper or the currency for a product or a service. I think the future of consumerism is all about catering to customization. I may not need all the advanced technology that is available in the market, but I'll just need certain aspects of that advanced technology, wherein I don't have to pay for the entire thing. Say if I have the Mac computer, instead of the companies, Apple computers making computers, categorizing people, with the beginner, average user, and to the advanced user, and making computers for all three categories, wherein like even a beginner user wouldn't need all the stuff that is available on that beginner computer, but he'll be paying more to have a very little of essential things that he wants to use. But in the future of consumerism, what I feel is like catering to the needs of a customer. Customization, that is what is future of consumerism. That is what I personally feel. And even if I start a company, probably I might cater to those needs. Okay, but yep, let's get to this group. The question again, and this is my first response: no to carbon, heavy duty aluminum, tandem hubs. What they are suggesting is don't buy carbon fiber wheels, go buy the rims or the wheels of a tandem bicycle. They are built for sturdy, because tandem bicycles are mostly used for adventure riding or touring and all that. So he is suggesting 48 and 40 holes as in like a place to mount that many number of spokes for your wheels. 36 and smaller wheels are stronger than bigger ones. There you go. And 48 and 40 are both ridiculous. I built a set of DT, X511. Second suggestion for DT X511s here, and easily 280 lbs, like 280 pounds. Still working for him. That's awesome. So I am 280 and I had Belgium aluminum rims, 28 holes. Interesting. So by this time you might have got all the terminology and hang of it. So if I can just read the comment that I got for my, post, and I 280 as in his weight, and I run a Belgium aluminum rims with 28 holes, meaning 28 spokes, and rear lace to Chris Kingpin hubs, 700 as in like 700C, the wheel rims, and 28 tires, 28C as in the width of the tires. Probably wouldn't go lower than 28. Ideally, I would have gone 28 in the front and 32 in the rear. So 28 spokes in the front and 38 in the rear. So he's suggesting aluminum rims or aluminum wheels basically. Okay, and which spokes are using? I have the same set for CX race spokes. Okay, so that's awesome. That's awesome. So let's get to the next slide. Oh yeah, we are in the right group and we are reading this correct comments. Okay, so yep, 728 here. So let's move to the next suggestion. Deeper rims, shorter spokes would be stronger as well. Love the rims from the light bicycle and lots of options for depth and width. Okay, nice. Thank you, suggestion. Thanks for your suggestion, gentlemen. So all the suggestions that came to me are gentlemen's, or not gentlewomen yet. Actually, there are women members in the group as well, and people responded to me are the men. Okay, for now, for this post. Okay, so 32, 36 spokes shouldn't have much problems with carbon if you ride carefully, but if you are looking for more strength in your rim, a classic alloy box style rim will be fairly stronger. I would recommend HED head, Ambrosio, or H plus Sun classy stuff. Okay, 32 spokes in the front and 36 spokes in the rear. And let me tell you, all these options they are giving out, as in like manufacturer, or like as in like the customization with people who build specific wheels, these options are yet to open in the market in terms of east part of the world, especially India. Okay, in Asia, in India, okay, we don't have such specific technique people, as in more advanced riders, people go for racing, they might approach those people. There will be they are I, as of common, I do not know. I couldn't look for a bike fitting people in my place. Bike fitter is a person who would tell you what type of bicycle you want to buy, how to sit, how you're riding, to improve your racing timings and all that. So I couldn't find a bicycle fitter in my place, or like I'm not saying like these are like as a negative thing. I'm talking about like these things are yet to open in our places. Okay, I'm talking about like there are opportunities for business over here. So or a bicycle wheel builder, or a specific bicycle frame builder, as in like they build different types of frame out of different materials, as in like stainless steel, aluminum, alloy, or like why not brass, or like even titanium, fork builders. You don't have specific manufacturers for every part of your bicycle. Okay, so especially in India, most of them, or working class people, wherein like they kind of you buy bicycles for for their everyday use. In old times, in 1980s, 1990s, people would buy one bicycle and they're going to keep it for their entire lifetime. And if sometimes one single bicycle has been passed down for generations, like my grandfather from my mother's side, my father of my mother, he had a bicycle, Hercules bicycle, and that bicycle was well maintained, and it had a dynamo, and that bicycle was passed down to his eldest son. He had it for a while, and that bicycle, I think, is still alive in that family for quite a long time. I've seen it myself, I've ridden it myself. I'm the third generation, a second generation kid from that family, if you have to account that for. So that's how the lifestyle in this part of the world is. So most of them buy it for their use, for commute, for transport, for their business and all that. And they are not recreation or being it for your exercise, for racing and activities. That's very small amount of population in this part of this world. So yes, in recent times, yes, money flow is good. People have been looking for opportunities, or for recreation, or like to do some sports activity, apart from their means of work life, to the other different life they want to have to spend their free time upon. So yeah, these brands are not available in India yet. So there's quite a lot of business opportunity over there. But the pricing, there are websites as in like Bumps on Saddle in Bangalore, and Choose Your Bicycle, Cyclops. These websites kind of provide all the global bicycling brands and their products in India, including titanium bicycles. Like Van Nicholas is available with Bumps on Saddle, with Bangalore retailer. So if you are looking for international brands in India, it's available in Bangalore or Bengaluru in recent times. My memory goes back to the old words which I got used to from my youngster life. Sorry, this video is getting a little longer, but Bangalore, Chennai, Bombay, and all that. So Calcutta, not Kolkata. and all that. Madras presidency, you know. Anyways, so there will be 32 spokes in the front and 36 spokes in the rear. So you will have to use a downhill or enduro rims. So that's something new for me. I never heard of using. There is a specific category or manufacturer for downhill riding. Okay, you will also need good tire clearance because like you're looking at more than 30 mm in. So he's talking about the fork which could accommodate wider tires. Okay, so why would you need a downhill or a enduro rim for a road bike? So there is a conversation happening between the users of this group. So they have some contradictions. We'll just stick to the suggestions that have been given to us. Okay, so you could probably pause this video and read on to those suggestions, but I'm just ignoring considering the length of the video. Carbon is immensely strong. Okay, NOx composites has some rims in 32 holes that should do it, provided that the wheel is built correctly with the right spokes and all that. Okay, so there is a gentleman defending carbon fibers here. I would stick with 32 holes convenience and shoot for the taller profile than a typical rider might spec for additional rim strength. Basic 14 to 15 spoke with a brass DSN nipples and possibly the Pro Lock version. Okay, this is some new thing which I haven't experienced or could understand myself. 32 holes, he's saying, and 14 to 15 spoke with brass and DSN nipples. Okay, so half of this he is suggesting using a different brass material. So as I understand, there are different types of spokes made out of different materials, different shapes for aerodynamics and all that. Let's not get into that. That's a different material for a different video. When I get to that, I'll talk about it, because like just for the sake of bicycling, I'm not doing those videos. I'm talking about my personal life, my personal experiences, and these are video logs of my life. So if I come across that, I'll definitely speak, because all this wonderful information is available with GCN, okay, Global Cycling Network. They are dedicated YouTube channel for bicycling informations, and they are doing it well. So probably you could approach them. I am 300 pounds and use 32 as minimum, no problems for me. That's great. For your information, my current bicycle Revin Fixie has 32 spokes, 32 holes. I don't know. I really do not know the manufacturers of the rims or spokes or the spoke nipples and everything. Okay, but it's a deep section rim. That much I can tell you. V, of course. And lots of people here don't seem to realize good carbon is generally much stronger than aluminum. Okay, so to my understanding, carbon has strong capabilities to withstand a load, being the thrust and all the impact, all the vibrations that is going through. It's flexible, it doesn't break easily, it eats up all the vibrations and gives the rider a pleasant ride in terms of carbon fiber. But in terms of impact, suppose like you're going to crash somewhere, you're going to fall, or something happens, somebody hits your bicycle accidentally, when a carbon fiber breaks, that's when things get complicated. You can repair carbon fiber, but maybe that's future thing that is coming, wherein like you use epoxies which can be cured by UV light and make it more stronger, like as you do it in stereolithography, or like whatever, alternative to 3D printing. Use all carcinogenic resins over there, but I'm not scaring you, but I'm just saying that. So we did not get much information out of that. We have more coming up. So what else we have? I haven't read this, let me tell you. I'm reading it along with you. 280 is really crazy, but we build it with 28 or 32. That is his suggestion from the first guy. You can pause this video and read for the entire comments by yourself. Okay, this is bicycle wheel building group. Oh, we have same suggestions from the same person on the bicycle group as well. That's awesome. Thank you, gentlemen. You've been very kind to me, because we read almost the same suggestion, about 120 kg of tension and all that, DT 350 hubs and all that. Thank you. You've been very kind. So 24 in the front, 28 in the rear, and all that. Rear and then all that. Okay, something to consider. Carbon rims. Okay, tend to be aimed at people who are counting grams and therefore tend to have 28 or fewer holes. Most people here are suggesting 32 spokes in the rear, which would greatly limit your choices if you went with carbon. In fact, based on quick search of suppliers and website, there are no 32 hole carbon rims in 700C, only 4 options in 29 inches. Okay, he is absolutely correct, and it suits current situation of Indian market, as in you don't find carbon fiber wheels with 32 spokes. Okay, that was my first point of making this post. Okay, I couldn't find a manufacturer in India making carbon wheels or selling carbon wheels with 32 holes in it, as I kind of understood 32 would be the appropriate number of spokes for my kind of weight or my kind of big size rider. Okay, so yes, that is the real situation here. Probably you could I'll leave the link in the description, or probably you could read and type this link. That is the entire link, and look for yourself. Another reasons to steer away. If you're a Mac user, you could take a screenshot and open it in preview app, just as me, and it can actually recognize the link for you. Okay, so just lose 30 kg. That's very good. That's a very good suggestion, actually. You need to be on a diet, reduce your weight, and adapt to the existing bicycles. That's good. So most of the suggestions are coming up to use DT511 or wheels, aluminum rims, and DT240 hubs, and 32 or 36 spokes, or 24 or 28 spokes in the front and rear combination. Okay, so use good quality components. That's nice. And 24 and 28. So I'm not reading the entire thing, considering the length of the video. You could pass and read it, but what my takeaway is mostly of building a wheel with 28 or okay, moving forward. Where were we? Yes, we are on to the last suggestion page. Okay, so my takeaway is mostly like build a wheel with less number of spokes in the front and more number of spokes on the rear. Okay, for your riding capability. Suppose like you're going to lean forward, put your weight too much, you're going to stand and ride your bicycle. How you can distribute the number of spokes evenly on both your wheels, to avoid or to add more rigidity to your front wheel. Okay, and common suggestions were like 24 and 28 combinations: 24 in the front, 28 in the rear, 32 in the front, 36 in the rear. Few went for mountain bikes and 48, 40, or 40 and 46 and all that. But yeah, my takeaway is mostly is this. That's which I said before, and many suggested 36 on both, and few are suggesting 40 and 36 holes here. Okay, so the common number, the very suggested good number is 32 and 36 here. So that is what I would take away from the entire comments, or like the suggestions from the people here. And the brands they have suggested is DT Swiss and Shimano. I got a message actually from a random user, and thank you. And it suggested Shimano 100 SC100 or SR100. Let me pull that on my mobile phone. I'm not going to show it over there. It came as a message on my messenger. Let me read out RS100. Few suggested Shimano RS100, one suggested Shimano RS100, one suggested Shimano RS105 or something, or SR105. Please do check on the numbers. Okay, I'm just a guy who is transitioning from a noob to a beginner on bicycling. So these are the suggestions, because most of them are getting repetitive. So I would suggest you to pause the video and read it for yourself in certain cases which I did not read the comments about. Okay. So most of the wheels are coming from DT. It could be DT Swiss, DT Alpine, or other different suggestions and different brands. Okay, so please do read that. DT Swiss FR541. Okay, it's not like I'm rushing up things here, but most of the common suggestion is, just as I said, 24 28, 32 36, or 36 on both sides, or use carbon fiber wheels with deeper sections, and use good spoke, and specified nipples, and specified hubs for mounting all those things. So I think you could grab a lot of things, and if possible, I'll try and put the gist as a slide or something, or otherwise, you have the entire suggestions from the people, and it's still coming. The posts are coming. I kind of felt like 12 to 15 hours is a good number, and we have a lot of suggestions happening here. So I don't want to confuse myself as well. So if you're building a bicycle, if you're going to build your wheel, yes, there is a craft separately dedicated for wheel building. So this could be the better suggestion for the big size rider like me. Okay. And if you're a rider who is under 180 pounds, should be fine with any stock bicycle sold by racing manufacturers, or like any other brand available with between spokes which are there between 18 to 24, 16, 24, or lesser than something 28 or so. So you should be fine with that. So that's all I want to say. So this learning experience, as in like there are bicycle focused groups on Facebook, and there are bicycle components focused groups on Facebook, which talks about only wheels, which talks about other parts of the bicycle, there as a forum to discuss about your doubts, take help, or provide help. It's amazing. So as of now, I haven't provided any suggestions to any people, because my learning is limited in terms of bicycling. But there should be groups for fixie bicycle and their repairs and everything. You can go and check that out as well on Facebook platform. So if you are using social media for the right purpose, they should probably provide you very good information. There are wonderful people on Facebook and Twitter as well. Okay, so I think we have come to the end of our session. I'm so happy that I did this video. This is the first of kind for me as well, because I never done this kind of kind of community thing. Hope it helps. Hope if you're thinking of building your own bike with different components, probably this video helped in terms of wheels, and especially for a big size rider. Thank you. This is Kicha signing off. Thanks for your time. Bye. And thanks to every wonderful people out there helping out the noobs like me, not the noob, actually noob like me, on social media and every other platforms. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. The world is so kind. Thank you. Bye bye.